What's happening? What's happening? You are catching a replay of Q&A with Cobb. So if this is your first time ever tuning in to any of my videos, be sure to let me know by putting new in the comments below. And also, if you happen to be catching this replay, be sure to let me know as well by putting hashtag replay in the comments below. So my name is Jermaine Cobbins, online and network marketer. I go by the name J Cobb. And in this video here, you are watching episode 1 of Q&A with Cobb. All right, so I'm actually going to try this thing out. You guys may or may not know, but I do get quite a few questions from different entrepreneurs, right? Network marketers, home business entrepreneurs, and just various questions, whether it's business, life, or how they all coincide. And I just thought it'd be cool to be able to basically take a few questions each week and share the questions that people send me along with the answers, okay? So I need you guys to do me a favor, all right? If you are in business, an entrepreneur, or aspiring entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, or just want to hang out and get some nuggets, be sure to post your questions in the comments, all right? If I have time doing this live video, I will answer those questions, but what I would typically do, try to just, this is my first time doing this actual episode, so I have about anywhere from 8 to 10 questions, but for the sake of time, I'm only going to pick about 3 to 4 and kind of see how the time frame goes, okay? But if you guys enjoy this, be sure to let me know, okay? So I'm going to look to do this over the next 12 weeks, okay? I'm going to try this out for 12 weeks. So this is episode 1, by the way. And like I said, if you guys get value, be sure to hit that share button, let some emojis fly, and put that flame emoji in there if you guys are getting value. All right, so here's the deal. These are questions from basically random people, all right? I do keep their name confidential, right? I don't really share people's names unless they just want me to, right? But these are some fairly good questions. And keep in mind, guys, I don't know everything, and I'm glad I don't know everything, because then it wouldn't be any fun learning. It wouldn't be any fun living. If you knew everything, hell, what's the point of living, right? So we learn from experiences, and what I'm sharing with you guys is these are answers that I would apply in my life, right? If I was to tell this information to my son or to my mother or whatever the case may be, anyone, I always try to recommend the best advice to my expertise, okay? So keep in mind, I do not know everything, all right? So if you guys know more than me, hey, post it in the comments below. If I say something that you guys don't agree with, hey, let me know. Say, thumbs down, right? Put a thumbs down in the comment if you don't agree. I'm cool with feedback, all right? So let's go ahead and jump into these questions, all right? Here's the thing. This question was asked, why is it hard to get family to see your vision? Ooh, that's a good one. Why is it hard to get family to see your vision? Yeah, really good question. I would think that when it comes to, first of all, your vision, you have to understand that it's your vision, okay? It's your vision. So in the beginning, no one is going to see it because it's nothing tangible about your vision, right? If you have a vision of having a nicer home, or an exotic car, or traveling the world, and this is just a vision, and you're still working that job, or you still live in a certain neighborhood, or you still driving that type of car, and it's going to be hard to get people to see that vision in the beginning. It doesn't matter whether it's family, friends, or co-workers. It doesn't matter. In the beginning, understand this: be okay with knowing that it's your vision. That's the first thing you got to do. Be okay with that, okay? On top of that, when it comes to family, mind you that when it comes to family seeing your vision, that you guys come up in the same household, okay? Same household, same beliefs, dressing the same. Pretty much everything is the same. Even if someone kind of ventures off and kind of have their own style or have their own whatever, it's pretty much one and the same, okay? And when it comes to family, when you go against something that generation after generation has done, or family tradition, it's going to ruffle some feathers, okay? It's human nature, okay? And I like to use this example of the chicken and the eagle, okay? If you're amongst chickens and you are an eagle, but if you're amongst those chickens will keep you from flying, right? Because they don't fly, right? So just watching them kind of hover around the yard is gonna make you think that that's you, you know. So even though you're an eagle, you're made to fly high and soar and see things from, you know, miles. If you're around these chickens, it's going to hinder your perception. It's going to hinder your belief. And once your beliefs are altered, it's going to make you act a certain type of way. So you're going to act like your circumstances, per se. So you got to be okay with understanding that your family is not going to see your vision. Okay? They're not going to see your vision until you give them money, until you walk away from that job, until you drive that car, you get that home, you travel the world. And in some cases they still won't, right? That's just one of those things. So whether this life or in business, anytime you're doing something greater than the masses or greater than what's going on around in your family, it's going to be that. So here's the good rule of thumb to think about. Think about in your family, who is that most successful person? Who is that person when they come up to the family reunion or they come around, they like, ooh, you know, whatever, right? They kind of people get excited. Who is that person in your family that just really has that massive influence? If you don't have that person in your family and you are now that person or an influence, it's going to be a little tension. Okay, it's going to be a little tension. So I hope that answers your question. The question was, basically how hard is it to get family to see your vision? I mean, yeah, it's hard until, right? It's hard until, and then even until you may still not get people to see your vision. All right, so hope that answers your question. All right, so the next question is, how do I know if this business is right for me? Okay, really good question. Yeah, how do you know if this business is right? First of all, if you are questioning whether this business is right for you or not, then that may be an indication, right? That may be an indication that it may or may not be for you, okay? And sometimes we have these emotions. We have these emotions whether we don't know whether this is the right company, whether this is the right this. It happens, okay? But here's what I typically do or share with people that may have that question or may be on the fence on whether they already in a company, they already invested in, they've been in it, whether it's months or a few years, whatever, and they just like, okay, I'm not sure if this is the right place for me. So here are 4 things that I look at to measure that, okay? The first thing is the community. How is the community of that business, right? How is the relationship amongst one another? Do you guys help one another, right? Or is it one of those, get me your people and I'm gonna get them signed up and they don't hear from you, right? That's really what inspired me to leave my first company. Like I literally say it inspired me to leave my first company. I was in love with my first company, right? Love the products and everything, but it just wasn't a healthy community, right? I felt a lot of tension and bickering. It just wasn't a healthy community. All right. Another thing is the leadership. Okay. Having those people that really reach down to help you. And I'm not saying babysit you, right? I'm not saying answer every question that you have. I'm not saying close every person that you talk to, but just really genuinely have that leadership where they are actually taking their time to help those that are just getting started or those that may be struggling or whatever the case may be. But you know what leadership should feel like. And it shouldn't feel like a boss. It shouldn't feel like you are working for them, right? A leader leads by doing, right? So you want to get with someone that's actually doing things to improve not only themselves, but others, right? Another thing is the training. This is a big one, okay? I didn't have any training in my first company. My training come from me going out here doing, screwing up, learning, and then eventually turning to YouTube and Google, and it just led me on to other things, which led me to doing videos and things like I'm doing right now, okay? I actually train other marketers. I train people, getting over the obstacles of mindset and, just the trenches, right? And what inspired me to do this is because I felt so alone in the beginning. I felt so alone, like by the grace of God, it was something in me. It was a deep, deep desire in me for me to win that kept me in the game, because I felt so alone. And I told myself that along this journey that I'm going to position myself to never leave anybody hanging. That if anybody wants to quit, let them quit. If anybody gets frustrated, that's okay. It's part of it. But for anybody that wants to grow, anybody that wants to excel, anybody that wants to make money, anybody that wants to do things different, then I wanted to be that person that's there for them. You know what I mean? And the last thing I would have to say, the comp plan, right? How does this thing pay? And not only just how does it pay you, but how fast does it get other people into money? Is it something that's easily duplicated, right? Is it something that you really have to evolve like as a person, 6 months, a year before you make money? Or is it something that you get in today and you can possibly make money tomorrow? How fast can you make money? And how much of that do you actually make? Not just on an upfront, but residually. So those are the 4 things that I would consider if you want to know whether a company or something is right for you, okay? And that's the community, that's the leadership, that's the training, and I would say the comp plan. Some people will say the product. Yeah, you need good products, and I really believe that all the products in our industry are good products. I believe that. Now, I haven't crossed any bad products, but you know how people say that the products are not XYZ. But for the most part, I like the products of network marketing, right? I love it, right? So, the third question is, what do you do when your spouse doesn't believe in your business? Ooh, yeah, this is a good one. But what do you do when your spouse doesn't believe in your business? This one is fairly easy, okay? It does take some skin in the game, but it's easy to handle, okay? When it comes to your spouse or your girlfriend or anybody that you are compatible with or in love with or dating, and they see what you're doing as a waste of time and it's not going to work, they really just don't believe in the business per se. It's not the business that they don't believe in, okay? It's you, all right? They don't believe in you. So now we got to go back and look at ourselves. What is your track record with this person? Are you the type of person that's always saying something is going to be big and it don't? Are you the type of person that's always telling someone that you're going to do this for X amount of time and then you quit in 3 days, right? Are you the type of person that just wish and hope on certain things and not applying certain rules and principles and discipline to obtain that, right? So when it comes to your spouse or the person you're dating not believing in the business, it's not that. It's that they're not believing in you, okay? How do you change that? First of all, you want to first see if that person has any goals of their own. Ask that person, what is it that they want to do? Who do they want to be? What do they want? What do they want to accomplish? What do they want to have? See about their wants, needs, and desires first, okay? Here's why. You got to be careful taking on the opinions of others, because a lot of times people will tell you that something is not going to work. They don't believe it because they don't really want it to work. So when you ask that person, what are your wants, needs, and desires? If they don't have anything that they're trying to obtain or push for, then they're going to easily tell you what's not going to work. They're going to easily tell you, like, this is not going to work, X, Y, Z. So make sure that the person that you're talking to or getting your opinions or information from, make sure that they have goals. Make sure they have things going on in their life. Because if not, then just void everything they're saying. No matter if it's a spouse, someone you're dating, your parents, it doesn't matter, okay? Another thing you can do, if they do kind of, have some things going on, what you can do is you can incorporate them in your vision, okay? Incorporating them in your vision, meaning you're doing this so they can have this, right? You're doing this so we can do this together, right? So you're basically setting that expectation that the result or the reward of me building this or doing this is going to allow us to do this, right? So you can do that. You can also invite them on to what you're doing, right? Invite them to company events. Invite them onto trainings. Invite them to meet some of your mentors and your uplines. Invite them to hear some of the testimonials of your customers, right? You can incorporate them, and then what's going to happen is going to help build their belief. If they are against any of these three things, then why are you even valuing the opinion of your spouse, your mother, the person you're dating, right? If that's what you're doing, then you're screwed anyway, all right? So for the people that are hopping on late, this is a Q&A session for entrepreneurs. So be sure to post your business questions, life questions, whatever the case may be. If I have time live to answer them, I will. If not, I will actually put them on the list here that I'm reading from right now. And I will actually do this next week. So my goal is to do this over the next 12 weeks. All right, so I'm testing something out. I'm always looking for ways to bring more value to my followers, okay? I do understand that everybody that's following me is not an entrepreneur. I understand that, but yet that's just what it is, right? So I will be doing this over the next 12 weeks, just testing this out. If it goes good, we'll keep it going. If not, we'll trash it, right? That's what entrepreneurs do. It's no biggie. But I'm going to do my damnedest to bring you guys value. So your value comes from the questions that you send me. So post your questions, right? Post your questions either now, or you can message me your questions if you want to kind of keep it secretive and things like that. Post your questions or send them to me in Messenger. All right. So here's the last question for episode 1. Someone asked me, why am I losing friends? Ooh. So if you are in this industry, let me ask you, have you lost any friends? Right? And this is a toughie, right? This is a toughie because a lot of times we think that we're losing friends and we're not. Okay? Now, personally, I can say I've lost friends, but I haven't lost friends because of this industry. I haven't lost friends because of this business. I haven't lost friends because I pitched them to buy anything or join me, right? As I think back, the issues or the people that I no longer associate with, I had issues with them before I came into business, right? So I want you to think about this. The people that you are no longer associated with, were these people that you had issues before you come into business, or were these issues that you had with people once you got in the business? So if they were people that you had issues with before you come into this business, in this industry, then guess what? Yes, there's a possibility that you may have lost them friends, right? It's possible, okay? Regardless of what it's about or what it's for, that is a possibility that you lost those people. Now, if you were in business and you go to pitch your product to your friend, your brother, your cousin, and they don't want to buy, and of course you're new, you're going to say, hey man. And every time you call them, they thinking you want them to buy something or join something, and it may feel like you've lost them. Then you haven't lost those people. Okay, you haven't lost those people. All right, you can make that right. All right, you can make it right, but it's gonna first take you being real with yourself. All right, you got to be real with yourself and say, okay, I done this wrong. I made the mistake. Okay. You have to either text people, or if you can get them on the phone, right? Because some people don't answer anymore. Once you pitch them enough and say, hey man, you're going to join me next paycheck, you're going to join me next month, you're going to buy my products. Most people don't answer because they don't have the money, and they're embarrassed to tell you they don't have the money. So what you can do is you can call them up or text them and say, hey, look, bro, I know it's been a few months since we spoke. As far as that business thing, that product thing, look, dude, don't even worry about it. Man, that's my bad. That's my mistake. I was actually super excited when I come into this industry. I was trying to get my friends on board, trying to get my family on board, and I knew you guys was dealing with XYZ. Look, do me a favor, man. Just give me a holler. You know what I mean? And what that does, it lowers that resistance. It lets that person know, like, oh, man, I thought this guy wanted me to buy something, right? And people are embarrassed. People are embarrassed that they can't buy something that can better their situation, right? And a lot of times people don't want to better their situation, Okay, so you're dealing with two negative entities, right? People don't have the money to buy or invest into making their situation better. And then some cases, people have the money, they just don't want to be better. That's just what it is. And you got to accept that. But the best way to rid that when it comes to what you think or considering losing friends in this industry is pull off, right? Pull off, let them know, say, hey, look, I made the mistake of pitching you. I made the mistake of trying to get you to buy my products. That's my bad. I was super excited. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Dude, don't even worry about that. Give me a holler. Let's catch a drink. Let's catch a movie. Let's go shoot some ball. Let's go do something. What you're going to do, you're going to realize that these friends that you thought you lost, you never lost them. They was just back where you used to be. And especially as you begin to evolve, as you begin to grow, as you begin to mature, as you begin to, experience new things, it may seem like you're losing friends. And in some cases, yes, you may be, but for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, it's part of the process, all right? So I did take the time to answer 4 questions just for the sake of time to kind of keep these videos fairly short. I did answer, why is it hard to get family to see your vision? I answered, how do I know if this business is right for me? I also answered, what do you do when your spouse doesn't believe in your business? And I just answered, why am I losing friends? All right. So check it out. If you happen to be coming on late, go back through, watch the replay. If you guys get value, be sure to hit that share button. Entrepreneurs, people that are in business, be sure to post your questions below for the next up and coming episode or message them to me. And like I said, guys, I will be doing at least a minimum of 12 of these, 1 per week. All right, so if you guys enjoy them, let me know. If you absolutely hate them, let me know. All right, I'm out of here. You guys have an amazing and productive weekend. It's your boy J Cobb. Be humble, be consistent, be you.